All right, returning to Honda Civic Type R Championship Tier 8 course. It is the 50% completion tier, which is worth how many gold? 2 gold. So double the 25% completion reward. Yeah. Okay, we'll start with endurance. And it's going to be at Monza Junior course. And the target distance, 5.7 kilometers. So that will knock off another 5-6 service bars on our freshly serviced Civic. All right. Always enjoy that lead-in screen for endurance races. Pretty dramatic. All right. So brake relatively early, especially once we start coming into that first corner from another lap. First lap, of course, we haven't quite built up as much speed, so we can wait a while before braking, but ensuing laps, we gotta be relatively proactive, although the Civic does have pretty strong braking power compared to its given its speed. So if you're fairly new to the game, you can still kind of, wait longer than, say, a lot of the faster cars in the game to brake heading into this very first corner here at Monza Junior course. And if you're struggling to figure out exactly where to start braking into many of these corners, the way you can do it is turn. Eventually, you want to run with no assists, like no braking assists, no steering assist, and no traction control. That's how you would ideally want to run. But if you're fairly new to the game and trying to figure out your braking points and such, one of the things that you can do is put the brake assist on and go into chase mode and see when the assist forces you to start braking. Usually you don't have to brake as early as when the first sign of the brake lights come on, but you can kind of use that as approximate point where you can start consider braking, because obviously your braking point depends on how fast you're going to. It's not just how far ahead you need to brake just in the vacuum. It is all related to the speed that you're carrying. So yeah, that is one way to figure out. That's how I actually figured out a lot of the braking points when I first started playing the game. I noticed the car will start braking on its own. I'm like, dude, why are you braking? And then I realized, of course, there's a brake assist, which I eventually took off along with the steering assist, because steering assist, when you first take it off, it can be a little daunting if you're used to having it on, because when you get into crashes, it will spin you around and makes it very difficult to recover, at least at first. But then you do a few races like that, and before you know it, you'll be flying through the track with no assists. So just stay with it, take heart, and just do it. You will be setting a lot faster lap time, and you will be a much better racer for it. So that's my 2 cents. Anyway, let's move on to the next race, which is going to be head-to-head at Bugatti circuit. Just a single lap, and our opponent is going to be JKR. Bugatti circuit, of course, the shorter variation here at Le Mans. A track that I enjoy very much. Alright, and we're off. And somehow I got a good enough start to stay in the lead from right off the start line. Look at that. When does that ever happen? Alright. Dunlop chicane, outside, inside, bouncing to another inside, then swing out wide. Of course. Big right-hander. Drive the full circuit, full tarmac. Past the little overhead banner, scaffolding. Start heading in, and once you hit that midpoint on the curve on the inside, get back on the gas. There we go. So nail those apex. Before you know it, you will be on top of your game. And in my case, a good distance ahead of JKR, which I'm gonna have to slow him down. I will be your speed trap. Alright. And of course, heading into the final set of corners here. And we got a nice close gap to our opponent. Finishing 4 meters ahead of our opponent. That is a nice close gap, just the way we like it. And we pick up some 31,000 or 3,100 racing points for that, or racing dollars, and 600 fame points, just like a lap with Formula One. Alright, takes out another 3 service bars or so for that. And good enough for yet another gold trophy, and that is, of course, the 50% complete. So let's collect the whole 2 gold they are offering for our effort. Alright, don't spend it all at once. There you go. Now heading on to the next completion increment of 75%, which would give us whole 3 gold for that effort. That'll be, of course, tier 12. So we got some ways to go there. And the first step would be wrapping up this tier 8 with this cup, double lap cup at Catalunya Grand Prix. PR required is 10.7. And looks like, what's that, the grid up 16 or 20? I want to say it was 16. Got 8 cars on each side, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think it's a grid of 16. As we'll find out soon enough. And yep, it is a grid of 16. And here we go. So now we are on the Grand Prix. So first corner here, I think I will be better off taking the inside, even if I let fall to the last place just for a brief second there. And then we'll take it from there, kind of weaving through the traffic. Of course, having a super slow bots are, you know, it does help. All right. And maybe I broke, stepped on the brake a little too early. Come on, jackknife. Catch me, bro. Come on. These guys really are shying away from overtaking from the outside there. They know. Alright. Here comes a pretty sharp left-hander. And it seems like everybody's staying relatively close as well. And jackknife giving an attempt at undercutting me from the inside. Through the final chicane and the last bend, leading us back to the pit straight. So that is lap 1 in number 1. Alright, so second and third place, obviously very close on my tail, but I don't know what happened to the rest of them. It seemed like they're kind of taking their sweet time, so they've given up. Alright, so Existent, definitely trying. And I believe the black opponent in the third place is JKR. Started out in second place earlier on, but since has fallen to the third place, and now as the Brioche briefly take the lead from the outside. And of course that's the problem with the outside, is that you typically cannot go, you know, you got to create a larger arc, so it becomes a little bit trickier trying to overtake unless you really assess your space properly. Whoa, a little bit of contact. Whoop, there it goes. Oh, not JKR, it's a jackknife. My bad. I know. These flag bots, they all blend together, you know. Alright, but this car, at least I don't need to brake as early. And looks like you'll get a ticket, buddy, for having half of your tail lights blown out like that. Alright, I'll block the inside. Seems like nobody wants to go on the outside. Trying to undercut me on the inside. Not a chance. Alright. So Jackknife back in second place will keep you in second place. Don't even think about it. right. Relatively clean race too. Look at that. All right, now that is 1,400 fame points for 2 laps here at Catalunya Grand Prix. Not exactly too concerned about our lap time. Ooh, just about wipe out all the service bars. But I think we're still good. So we'll continue on to the next tier, tier 9, in the following video, in the next video. So stay tuned.